What if I told you that some of the smartest people in the world don't actually look smart? They're not always the loudest person in the room. They don't always show off knowledge. And sometimes, their habits might even seem a little strange. But according to modern psychology, people with very high intelligence often share certain subtle behaviors, habits most people completely misunderstand. Today, we're going to explore 7 surprisingly common habits of highly intelligent people. And by the end, you might recognize some of them in yourself. When people imagine someone with a very high IQ, they often picture a genius constantly solving equations or explaining complex ideas. But psychologists say intelligence is rarely that obvious. In fields like cognitive psychology, intelligence is less about how much information you know, and more about how your brain processes the world around you. And that processing quietly reveals itself through everyday habits. Let's look at 7 habits often found in people with very high intelligence. Habit 1. Spending time alone. Highly intelligent people often enjoy spending time alone. Not because they dislike others, but because their minds are constantly thinking, analyzing, and connecting ideas. Quiet time gives the brain space to reflect, plan, and process complex thoughts without distraction. Many intelligent individuals actually value solitude because it allows their mind to explore ideas more deeply. Habit 2. Constant curiosity. One of the strongest traits of intelligent people is relentless curiosity. They ask questions about everything. Not just big philosophical questions, but small everyday ones too. Why do people behave the way they do? Why does this system work like that? Their brain is always searching for patterns and explanations. Curiosity becomes a mental engine that drives learning and discovery. Habit 3. Talking to themselves. This might sound unusual, but psychologists call it self-directed speech. Talking to yourself can actually improve focus, memory, and problem solving. When people quietly narrate their thoughts, it helps organize ideas and strengthen concentration. So when someone appears to be thinking out loud, it might simply mean their brain is actively working through a problem. Habit 4. Being comfortable saying, "I don't know." Highly intelligent people are often very comfortable admitting when they don't know something. Why? Because they understand how complex the world really is. Instead of pretending to know everything, they stay open to learning and discovering new information. This mindset allows them to keep improving their understanding of the world. Habit 5. Overthinking small things. An analytical mind rarely switches off. The same thinking processes that help solve complex problems can also lead to analyzing small situations in detail. Conversations, decisions, possibilities. Sometimes this looks like hesitation from the outside. But internally, the brain is simply exploring multiple possibilities before making a conclusion. Habit 6. Observing more than speaking. In conversations, highly intelligent people often listen more than they talk. They watch social dynamics carefully. They observe emotional cues, body language, and patterns in behavior. Instead of reacting immediately, they gather information first, and then respond thoughtfully. This quiet observation often leads to deeper understanding of people and situations. Habit 7. A constant search for meaning. Finally, many highly intelligent people spend time reflecting on deeper questions. Questions about purpose, identity, society, and human behavior. It's not always dramatic or philosophical. Sometimes it's simply a quiet curiosity in the background of the mind. Why do people think the way they do? Why does the world work the way it does? That constant search for meaning is often a defining trait of highly intelligent minds. So the next time you see someone spending time alone, asking many questions, or quietly observing a room before speaking, remember, those behaviors might not be signs of distance or uncertainty. They might actually be signs of deep thinking. Because intelligence isn't always loud. Sometimes it's simply a curious mind that refuses to stop exploring the fascinating puzzle of the world. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more fascinating insights about psychology, intelligence, and human behavior, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the next video. And if you found this interesting, share it with someone who loves learning about how the human mind works. Now I'm curious about you. Which of these 7 habits do you relate to the most? Is it curiosity, enjoying solitude, overthinking, or observing more than speaking? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.